Okay, Akshat Singh, independent policy consultant, also with us on the program. Akshat, I hope you can hear me.
Hi, I can hear you, Vineet.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
Akshat. Well, Donald Trump has said that he wants to turn this into a G8 by including Russia in it. He wants to make it into a G9 by also having China in it. Where is India to Donald Trump in all of this?
So, Vineet, that's a very interesting way to put the question. So, as speakers before me said, the G7 is pretty irrelevant without including major economies like China, without including major economies like India. Um, the G7 represents the reality in which it was created, right? Back in 1975, when the G7 was created, it was created to stabilize a post-Bretton Woods world. Back then, the G7 economies put together controlled over 65% of the global economy. Now that number has gone down to about 40% of the global GDP, and partners such as China and India aren't really included. And that's very, very problematic. When we look at the ambitious agenda items for the G7, we saw the statement from the Canadian Prime Minister ahead of the summit. It included some fantastic things such as more trade. It included climate infrastructure. It included critical minerals. However, a lot of those discussions haven't yet materialized. And we can really, really understand the reason for why those discussions haven't materialized, right? That's because the right stakeholders with which these discussions need to happen aren't really at the table. We can keep on releasing joint statements and fact sheets about climate finance, about climate infrastructure, but till the time we put in real money behind it, we can't really make it happen. And that honestly can't happen till the time G7 remains the West Boys Frat Club that it is today. Now, when we think about President Trump and his stance, I think Assistant Secretary Victory put it together really, really well. President Trump is not there to cooperate, right? There have been 4 instances in the G7's history in which leaders have got up and left the summit midway, right? It was during the London bombing where the UK Prime Minister left. Then another instance was when European leaders left after the Pope had died to attend the funeral. And the rest, the 2 instances have been by President Trump. Back in 2018, when he left the summit earlier to prepare for his meeting with North Korean leader, and now when the official White House stance is that he's gone to coordinate Israel and Iran. The real question here is why couldn't the G7 leaders get together and coordinate the response on Iran and Israel? Something that has been done in the case of Ukraine, in the case of sanctions
Okay,
against
all
China.
right. Let me